Number 10. The Griz Coat. The crowdfunding website Kickstarter is known for helping people get their projects started. Things like the Oculus Rift, the Pebble smartwatch, and those guys who wanted to make a bear suit. Hans and Carl Reichstetter were looking for a grizzly bear costume for Halloween, but all they could find online was a suit made from a real bear for about $2,000. Not exactly what they had in mind. So they had a costume designer make them a version of the outfit from faux fur, which they then wore on Halloween. When a number of people asked where they had got them, the brothers decided maybe they should sell their furred finery and fired up a Kickstarter. Although they initially asked for $2,500 to get going, they received almost $30,000. More than enough to get a company called Buffoonery to start producing and selling the aptly named Griz Coats. 5 years later, you can now purchase a classic Griz Coat, as well as a polar bear edition, a black bear coat, and a wolf coat, for about $200. So if you're looking for a suitably grisly addition to your wardrobe, look no further. Number 9. World's most super amazing 100% awesome cat calendar. Everyone knows how much the internet likes cats, so much so that a woman named Kate Funk thought that maybe the anonymous masses would like to enjoy some of her own cat, who goes by the name AC. She began making calendars featuring her furry black friend, making all the backgrounds and costumes for the cat by hand. To Funk's surprise, the calendars began selling out every year. So she decided to create a Kickstarter, which, if funded, would allow her to dramatically increase the print run of the world's most super amazing 100% awesome cat calendar. The project raised an incredible $25,000 over a period of a month and a half. The cat calendar is still produced every year, so if you really like to keep track of birthdays with a bunch of pictures of someone else's cat, here you go, I guess. Number 8. The United States of America. Are you a fan of meat, maps, and paper hats? Ah, of course you are. Such reads the opening lines of a Kickstarter project by a man by the name of Jamie Reed, whose goal was to create a map showcasing all 50 states of America in meat. In early January 2013, Reed posted a campaign on the site in which he says, "I've designed a map featuring each state as a tasty, tasty slab of meat. It's sure to complete any kitchen, office, or man cave. Each state is drawn to scale and shows the major rivers as marbling. Regional information is based on the official United States Census. Hey, I didn't think Maryland was part of the South either. Backing the project could get you one of the maps, as well as a scout notebook and a paper hat. Evidently, that's all you need to get the attention of meat lovers, as over $12,000 found its way to Reed, marking the United States of America as a resounding, if unexpected, success. Now, who's hungry? Number 7. Launch a TARDIS into space. Any fan of the popular British science fiction show Doctor Who will instantly recognize the TARDIS. As it turns out, some diehard fans are quite passionate about the show. Passionate enough to contribute almost $100,000 to send a TARDIS into space. In 2013, a Kickstarter campaign was begun, in which a replica of the spaceship would be sent into orbit in honor of the show's 50th anniversary. The father and daughter team behind the plan built the model, which would contain a small camera and be able to take photographs which would be transmitted back to Earth. It would circle our planet in low Earth orbit, and for those of you who aren't astrophysicists, that would put it at the same altitude as the International Space Station. The Whovians of the world rose to the challenge and donated over $80,000, well over the target goal of $33,000. Unfortunately, while the TARDIS has been built, the project is still currently ongoing, and we are yet to see when the little blue box will end up in the sky. Number 6. The campaign for the accurate measurement of creativity. All artists sometimes feel a bit lost sometimes. You labor for hours on end, drawing and drawing and drawing. But at the end, you've produced nothing but a pile of scrunched up recycling and a thoroughly exhausted artist. What do you have to show for all that work? How can you prove to yourself that you're actually accomplishing anything? This was the dilemma that Creighton Berman sought to remedy. And so he came up with the campaign for the accurate measurement of creativity. What is the campaign for the accurate measurement of creativity, you ask? Well, it's quite brilliant. It's a pencil sharpener stuck to the inside of a mason jar lid. The idea is that as you sharpen your pencil, the shavings fall into the jar. And that way you can see how much work you've done by looking at how full the jar is. Apparently the internet thinks this is absolutely amazing, as over a period of a month, they donated $35 a piece in exchange for Berman's sharpener jars, coming to a total of almost $13,000. For a limited time, you could also purchase a sharpener jar from Berman's website for a similar price. At least it comes with a jar though. Number 5. Pizza Brain. Pizza Brain was initially the biggest collection of pizza-related memorabilia in the world, owned and maintained by Brian Dewar. Naturally, the next step was to make more pizza. And so Pizza Brain, the pizza museum and restaurant, was born. In order to make this dream a reality, Brian and his friends petitioned the internet for the necessary funds. Backers, or donators, would receive anything from pins to having their name carved into the bricks of the establishment, in addition to free pizza, of course. All in all, the campaign raised over $16,000, and the restaurant museum happily serves both dinner and a show to anyone interested in what's more than your average pizza night. Number 4. 50-foot mechanical snake. 60 million years ago during the Paleocene, a giant predator slithered through the jungles of South America. Discovered in 2009, Titan boa is the largest snake ever discovered, measuring almost 42 feet long and weighing in at about 2,500 pounds. Inspired by this colossal creature, a group of Vancouver artists led by Charlie Brinson set out to make a life-size robot model of the snake and turn to a Kickstarter for the necessary funds. The robot would be 50 feet long, and would be designed by a team of electronic engineers to mimic the movements of a real snake. The device would be controlled by a person riding the snake, seated just behind the beast's head. Backers of the campaign were offered Titan boa themed products from shirts to videos. Even for those willing to shell out $1,000, a full-sized aluminum vertebrae the same as those used in the snake. Surprisingly, their campaign was successful, and they raised over $10,000 for the contraption. Construction of Titan boa took place from 2011 to 2015. And the completed snake has been deployed at a number of events. Want to ride a gigantic robot snake for your next birthday? Well, now you can. Number 3. Grilled cheeses. You've all heard the story. Some old lady in a small town in the middle of nowhere finds the face of Jesus on her toast. And the internet goes crazy for a few days. Well, in 2011, Rob Corso and Mesh Sheehan came up with the great idea. What if you had a product that could do that for you? But instead of just regular toast, why not toast the face of Jesus onto a grilled cheese sandwich? Thus, the grilled cheeses was born. Rob and Meg worked for 3 years to bring their cheesy incarnation of the Lord to the public, with moderate success. Eventually, they came to the conclusion that the best way to fund their divine device was to turn to crowdfunding. They posted a Kickstarter, which, amazingly, was able to gather the $25,000 needed to mass-produce the sandwich presses. Nowadays, you can buy your own grilled cheeses for about $40 on Amazon, if you really want to impress your religious grandparents. Number 2. Lionel Richie's head. Lionel Brockman Richie Jr., the American singer and actor, has made quite a name for himself during his life. In his honor, Hungry Castle decided they wanted to bring Richie to Bestival, a 4-day music festival in southern England. Or more accurately, just Richie's head. They asked Kickstarter for just over $6,000 to build a 3-meter sculpture of his head, which would be hollow and contain a fully immersive, slightly surreal, and very personal experience. As you enter the head, you would discover a telephone, and if you pick up the receiver, you would hear Richie's famous line.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
In addition, the company wanted to make the head inflatable. That way it would be easy to pack up and travel with. Supposedly, the dream would be to have Richie pop up and say hello all over the globe. By the end of the campaign, the project had been donated over £8,000, equivalent to almost $14,000. And the inflatable cranium did indeed make its appearance at the festival, allowing attendees to take photos with it and even sleep inside for a handsome price. Number 1. Potato salad. We wrap up this list with one of the more amusing Kickstarters the internet has seen. Potato salad. In 2014, Zach Danger Brown, a 33-year-old software engineer from Ohio, had never made any of the classic summer side dish. To satisfy his vegetable-y desires, he asked the internet for a mere $10 with the phrase, "Basically, I'm just making potato salad. I haven't decided what kind yet." Backers would have their names said out loud by Brown as he made the salad, and anyone contributing more than $3 would receive a bite. By the end of the first day, he had acquired over $200, and the donations continued to pour in. 30 days and many, many stretch goals later, he had received over $55,000, and the salad was the 4th most viewed project on the site. Its 4 million visitors surpassing the Reading Rainbow and even the Oculus Rift virtual reality headset. Salad supporters were sent potato-related merchandise, everything from t-shirts to hats. Even a cookbook of potato salad recipes titled Peace, Love, and Potato Salad, written by the now salad expert Zach Brown. With the frankly astonishing sum he received, Brown threw the Potato Stalk 2014, offering free potato salad to anyone who wanted to show up, and donated all the proceedings to local charities.